Hey, Dave, what's going on?
What's happening, buddy? You're not quite a senior yet at Rutgers. Not until your first day of senior year.
I mean, you got to cut me a little slack. I'm actually getting 3 credits for this internship.
So technically you are a senior.
Right
okay, technically you're a senior.
Right,
got it.
Yeah, that's right. Going into the final year. Last hurrah.
So for some of the high school kids out there listening this morning, what's been your experience so far with the internship? Obviously, that's a big part of any course of study and trying to get your feet wet in the quote-unquote real world.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I get the work experience, up at school with WRSU, and then, just coming down here, it's kind of like I already have a feel for what's going on, and I just get, it's all about the reps, and you just get more and more experience as it goes on, and it's been really great. Josh has been really good, showing me the ropes of being an actual producer, for a commercial radio station. Unlike, we just throw up the PSAs up at school. And,
right.
We always do. We always do it for free up at school. But yeah, he's been great. Mike's been great, and of course the PT's been great. So it's been a great experience, and of course doing the marketing and promotion side of it too with Jen Kosko. That's been pretty good too as well. It's a nice little 2 days out of the week doing some really cool stuff.
So tell us about your story. You're going to have a story in our Senior Spotlight edition for Glory Days, which is coming out July 7th. And you spent a little time with Matt Moreno, who's a real nice kid from Egg Harbor Township, played soccer, was also a real good wrestler. Give us a little bit of insight into his career. And obviously he had a great senior year on the wrestling mat and really kind of became one of those unsung heroes for that squad, helped them to a really nice season.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Wrestling is where I kind of focused the story on. He had a really nice 4-year career. Obviously, what I detail is his ups and downs, with the weight issues. He was dealing with diabetes throughout his whole 4 years of wrestling. And, he was my teammate when I was a senior in high school, and he came as a freshman, started right away, kind of was in and out of the lineup. And he always kind of steadily improved, and he kind of put it all together during his senior year. And he managed to get that district title, got to regions, had a nice display, really did a lot of good things for the team this year, and everybody had nothing but good things to say about him. You think of Matt Marino now as a EHT wrestler, at least what Coach Kayaza told me. He was never really expected to do great things, even though he came in as a nice little prospect. But, once he kind of put it all together, he kind of exceeded everybody's expectations, and, it turned out to be a great career, and we'll see where he takes it from there, whether he wrestles at Camden County College or decides to end wrestling on a high note at high school. But, he ended with a really nice career, and it was a really nice story to see him go out on top as a senior.
And those are the kind of cool stories. Those are the kind of stories we like putting into Glory Days. Wrestling especially is one of those sports where a lot of kids build their names early as freshmen and sophomores, and a lot of people know it's such a name sport. Oh, this guy from Kingsway, or that name from Clearview or whatever. And a lot of times guys' names slip through the cracks a little bit. You don't really think about them, but then they kind of put it all together, like you said, in their final year and really do a great job for whatever team they're on. And that was really the story for Matt, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it basically was at the end where he did put it all together, and once he was able to do that, it was all great things for him. You look at his wrestling career, like I said before, started out kind of slow, but then, he kind of put his mind to it and kind of focused solely on it throughout his senior year. And, he put everything that was slowing him down behind him. And when you put all that stuff in the rearview mirror, it just turns out that, you could do amazing things that you never thought that were actually possible just a couple short years ago.
Talk with Nick Kosko, Rutgers University student, also does some work for Glory Days and 97.3 ESPN. Nick, tell us a little bit about your experience with Mike Kayaza, obviously a legendary wrestling coach in South Jersey. He's hanging him up, or so we believe anyway. I'm sure he's going to find his way into some wrestling rooms somewhere next winter. But what an amazing career, 30 years, and really one of the most revered coaches in South Jersey.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's going to find his way back into the mat eventually. When you look at Kayaza, I always ask him, are you really retired? And he says yes, and, he's done teaching. But, he's always going to find his way back into the wrestling room. And he's even said to me that he's going to be going back in there just to help out. He'll make his presence felt, but, I think he's at the point where he can really allow the next regime to take over. And he'll kind of slowly creep out, but he's always going to be around, and his impact will always be felt around that program.
Nick, tell us a little bit about the buzz going on around Rutgers football. We have a guy following you up, Isaiah Pacheco from Vineland. He's going to be a senior next year. Obviously a great athlete, plays some quarterback, some defense, and he's made his commitment to Rutgers, going to stay home in Jersey. You got Bo Melton going up there from Cedar Creek this coming fall. So tell us a little bit about Rutgers football, the feeling. I mean, they've had some down years the past couple of years, but some really great recruiting classes last year and this coming year.
Yeah, the 2017 class has been pretty good to say the least. They seem to be buying in, and this is year 2 under Chris Ash, so we'll see how he does and is able to take another jump. I mean, I wouldn't expect another 8-9 win season like they had just back in 2014, but they're taking the right steps here, and you got bringing guys like Bo Melton among others, and of course Amir Mitchell when he transferred over from Michigan. I mean, these guys are really buying in, and they're ready to go. And Isaiah Pacheco, I mean, that's quite the athlete they could have hoped for. He'll be in next year, obviously, in next year's recruiting class. Actually going to come in as a running back, which I thought was pretty interesting. And you could always use more talent at the skill positions. And what they're doing now is, I really think they're able to tap into the South Jersey regime as well. There's a lot of great talent down here, as we know. If they could start tapping into that, in addition to all the North Jersey guys they get, it's only going to be better for them, considering when you keep all these guys in state, it's only better for the program. And it takes a while to build, but once it's built, it's there to last for sure.
Yeah, you see all these kind of Rucker fan Twitter handles kind of going a little bit crazy every time a new guy announces, and kind of fun to see the life kind of pumped back into that program.
Yeah, it's all about the passion of the fan base. I mean, this team is only 3 years removed from winning a bowl game over North Carolina in their first year in the Big Ten, but obviously some missteps since then. But when this team was thriving in throughout the 2000s under Coach Giano, I mean, the New Jersey football was all about Rutgers, and it's kind of disappeared since then a little bit, but it's kind of coming back and going in the right direction. And it seems like Chris Ash is the right man for the job, and hopefully he can keep it rolling, and so we don't have to keep berating him on the WRSU airways.
Good stuff, Nick. As always, we appreciate you taking a few minutes. We're up against the break here, but we'll catch up with you throughout the summer. Thanks, bud.
All right, sounds good, Dave. I'll talk to you later.
Yep. That was Nick Kosko, does some great work for Glory Days Magazine as well as the radio station here, 97.3 ESPN. He's going to be starting his senior year at Rutgers coming up this fall, so we appreciate him taking a few minutes